This is Module 2, Lesson 10. Go to the homework here, not the exit ticket. So what it says is estimate the product and then solve using an area model to find the standard and the standard algorithm. Remember to express your products in standard form. So what we're doing today is learning how to take double-digit numbers and multiply them by decimals in the tenths. So here we have 53 times 1 and 2/10. So we're using estimation to get some reasonability out of our answer that we'll produce later on. So we can take 53 and say that rounds to 50, and we can say we have 1 and 2/10 and say that rounds to 10, and then 50 times 1 is 50. And when we do our area model, we can say that we are taking 50 and 3. We get our 50 from the 5 and 53, and the 3 from the 3 and 53. And then we're going to take this number right here and we're going to change it into tenths. So 1 and 2/10 is also 12 tenths. So we have 10 tenths plus 2. And we're going to remind ourselves that we put those in tenths right there. So if we have 50 times 10, we have 500. And then we have 50 times 2 is 100. And those are all tenths. And then if we have 3 times 10, we have 30 tenths, and if we have 3 times 2, we have 6 tenths. So we have 600 plus 36, 636. And we remember that that's tenths, and we need to write that in standard form, which would be 63 and 6/10. And we know that that's pretty reasonable. If we look at 63 and 6/10, we know that it's pretty close to 50. We have 2 digits here, goes into the tens place, goes into the tens place. We know we're going to have some tenths because we were talking about tenths in our multiplier. So now we're going to go over here and use the standard algorithm. So they've already taken this and labeled it as tenths for us because that's what we did in our area model. So we need to remember that. So we'll go ahead and do that and then we'll come back to that. So 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 1 is 3. Placeholder, 10. And 5 times 1 is 5 plus 6. We have 636. And it's very nice because our partial products line up right there. And then we said, well, this is in tenths. And what did we have to do to 1 and 2/10 to make it a whole number and label it as tenths? Well, we kind of like multiplied that by 10. Well, if we multiplied it by 10, we have to do the opposite down here. So now we're going to divide this by 10, making this 63 and 6/10, which will line up with what we did before. So the key here is realizing that when we renamed it in tenths here, it was like multiplying it by 10, and that we can't forget to do that we need to undo it down here by dividing. So the opposite operation would be division to multiplication. So you would do the same for B, and then number 2 is asking you to do the same thing, but you don't have to draw the area model for number 2. And then on the back, more practice with estimation to produce a reasonable answer, and then going through using the standard algorithm to solve, and then we have some word problems. So I want to look at, let's see, we'll do number 3. Mr. Jansen is building an ice rink in his backyard that will measure 8 4/10 meters by 22 meters. What is the area of the rink? So we know that when we're talking about area, we're talking about length times width. So we know that that is 8.4 meters times 22 meters. So we're going to go ahead and say that this is 84, but that's not really 84 as in a whole number, it's 84 tenths. And then we're going to multiply it by 22. So we have 8, 16, 8, 16, 14, 8, 2. And then we're going to know that, oh yeah, we made this tenths by kind of multiplying it by 10. So now we're going to divide it by 10. Say 284 and 8/10 meters would be the area of the rink. And that's how we are going about multiplying decimals into the tenths.